Hello, my name is Andrea Florence, and I am conducting a physical assessment on Mr. Donald Brun. Um, Mr. Donald Brun is a 33-year-old male, black male, um, who has a medical history of eczema. Mr. Brun is a current smoker. He smokes 1 to 2 cigarettes per day and has a familial history of hypertension and diabetes. Mr. Brun, could you come have a seat for me, please?
Sure.
Mr. Brun, do you consent to this physical assessment?
Yes, I do.
Great, thank you. All right, Mr. Brun, first I'd like to start with your eyes. Um, are you able to raise your eyebrows? Great, very good. Next, I'd like to look at your pupils. Just look directly at me, please. Mr. Brun's pupils are round, equal, and reactive to light. Mr. Brun, I would like to palpate your eyelids. If you could please close your eyelids. Mr. Brun, do you feel any pain when I press on your eyes?
No.
I am checking Mr. Brun's lacrimal ducts. Mr. Brun, knows all your tear ducts. I don't feel any lumps, any nodules. Um, Everything looks fine. The sclera of Mr. Brun's eyes are white in each eye. I want to test Mr. Brun's peripheral vision. Mr. Brun, just look directly at me. Tell me how many fingers I'm holding up.
3.
No. You
2.
can't look,
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Brun.
I'm sorry. 2.
How many fingers am I holding up?
2.
No.
3.
No. You
1.
can't look, Mr. Brun.
1. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Again, Mr. Brun, how many fingers am I holding up without looking, Mr. Brun?
1.
Mr. Brun, try again, please.
2.
No, no, that's
3.
fine.
2. 1.
No.
2.
Mr. Brun, do you wear glasses?
No.
Okay. Mr. Brun's having a little difficulty in his peripheral vision. Again, Mr. Brun, can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding?
1. 1.
Okay. All right, Mr. Brun, I would like to ask if you could please follow my finger with your eyes. Very good. No strabismus noted. Mr. Brun, I'd like to next look at your ears. Um, Looking at both the right and left ear, Mr. Brun's ears are equal, approximately the same size. When I look at Mr. Brun's right ear, I'm going to look at his tympanic membrane. Can you turn for me, please, sir? Mr. Brun has a small amount of wax noted in each ear, which is perfectly normal. I want to test Mr. Brun's hearing, so I'm going to stand on each side of him and whisper a sentence and ask him to repeat the sentence. The sentence, excuse me.
My birthday is November 22nd.
Very good.
My birthday is August 3rd.
Very good, Mr. Brun. I want to move on to the nervous system assessment. Mr. Brun, can you clench your teeth for me, please? Can you open your mouth? All right. Are you able to smile for me, please? Nice big smile. Thank you, sir. Can you stick out your tongue, please? Very good. Mr. Brun, I'm going to take a look in your mouth to see if I can see any sores. Do you have any tenderness, any ulcers that you know of?
No, ma'am.
Can you stick out your tongue and say, ah, Mr. Brun? Very good. Okay. Mr. Brun, can you shrug your shoulders for me? Slowly, please, Mr. Brun, up and down. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to press against your shoulders. Mr. Brun, can you bring your shoulders up, meeting my resistance?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you so much. Mr. Brun, I'd next like to assess your abdomen. Unfortunately, we do not have a table for you to lay on, so I will assess your abdomen in this position. I'm going to assess the contour, inspect your bowel sounds. If you don't mind, if you could please pull up your shirt a little bit for me. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Brun's abdomen is symmetrical. I'm going to take a listen to in all four quadrants. Bowel sounds are present in all four quadrants. Wait, Mr. Brun, I'd just like to palpate your abdomen. Mr. Brun, do you have any tenderness?
No, ma'am.
Thank you very much. You can pull your shirt down, Mr. Brun. All right, Mr. Brun, I'd like to next assess your heart. Mr. Brun, I first want to take a listen to your apical pulse. Mr. Brun's heart sounds are within normal limits. There I do not hear any skipping of a beat. Do you ever have any heart palpitations, Mr. Brun?
No, ma'am.
Very good. No murmurs detected upon auscultation. I want to check your radial pulse, sir. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Brun.
You're welcome.
Your pulse is noted at 70, which is within normal limits. Mr. Brun, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a listen to your lungs just by visually assessing you. Both the rise and chest, I'm sorry, the rise and fall of your chest is symmetrical. I'm going to take a listen to your lungs. If you could please lean forward for me. Mr. Brun does not have a history of any respiratory issues. Take a deep breath in and out, please. Now. Very good. Again, sir. Now. Again. Again. Very good. Upon auscultation, I don't hear, lung sounds are clear. There were no crackles or wheezing, bronchi, or stridor noted. Okay. Mr. Brun, I would like to take a look at your feet. I'm looking for swelling, and I'm also checking your pedal pulse, if you don't mind. Okay. Upon checking Mr. Brun's right foot, I do note a pedal pulse. Mr. Brun doesn't have any edema noted in the right foot. In the left foot, I do feel a pedal pulse. Again, Mr. Brun doesn't have any edema noted in the left foot. Thank you, Mr. Brun.
You're welcome.
I'm going to check Mr. Brun's upper extremities. Capillary refill is less than 3 seconds in both fingers, as well as his right and left lower extremity. No abnormalities noted in the toes. Mr. Brun does have an arch in each foot. And that will conclude my physical assessment. Thank you very much, Mr. Brun, for your participation.
Thank you.